more you scramble to find temporary fixes, the more you'll realize that nothing truly lasts. People in their desperation often cling to fleeting moments of success, hoping they'll finally stumble upon something that sticks. But what they don't see is how this endless chase strips them of their strength, bit by bit, leaving them weaker with every failed attempt. Each solution they grasp for crumbles like dry sand in their hands, slipping through their fingers as if they were trying to hold on to a sandstorm. And just like that, what seemed like control dissolves into chaos. Ancient Persian proverbs understood this reality all too well. These sayings weren't just meant for a simpler time. They were born out of the same struggles we face today, and they carry lessons that, if ignored, will leave you standing in the wreckage of your own failed attempts. In today's video, we'll dive deep into this wisdom, showing how these proverbs can shine a light through the dust and debris of modern life, grounding you in truths that endure long after the storm has passed. The water that has gone will not return to the stream. This speaks to the inevitability of change and the importance of accepting the past. We all know that feeling of wanting to rewind time, whether it's to fix a mistake or to relive a moment. But the truth is, once something's gone, it's gone for good. The weak mindset obsesses over regrets, letting missed opportunities weigh them down. But ancient wisdom tells us to move on, to accept what's out of our control, and to focus on what we can change now. Let the past go. What's lost cannot be recovered, but you have full control over what you do next. When there are two cooks, the soup becomes either too salty or bland. This one's all about leadership and decisiveness. Too many voices in a decision-making process often dilute the outcome. In modern life, people are afraid to take charge, afraid of offending someone or making a mistake. But hesitation leads to mediocrity. The Persian proverb shows us that one clear, confident vision is better than having too many opinions cluttering the direction. Be the leader who takes control when needed. Don't let fear of being wrong hold you back from making real progress. You make the move, God will bless it. Here's the essence of self-empowerment. So many people today are waiting for a sign, waiting for the perfect moment to start their journey. They sit idle, hoping life will hand them success. But this proverb flips that mindset. It tells us that action, real, deliberate action, will be met with blessings. You have to make the first move. You have to take that step, and only then will you be supported. Stop waiting for things to fall into place and start making things happen. The blessings come after the effort, getting out of a pit and falling into a well. This is about recognizing the pattern of going from one bad situation to another. In today's world, people often think they've solved one problem, only to dive headfirst into another, even worse one. Why? Because they haven't changed their thinking or behavior. They're just shifting their problems around. If you don't address the root cause of your issues, you'll keep falling into deeper wells. The Persian wisdom here tells us to think strategically and holistically. Don't just climb out of one pit. Make sure you're not falling into another, out of sight, out of mind. This one's simple but powerful. What you focus on grows. In today's fast-paced world, people often ignore their responsibilities or problems, thinking that if they don't pay attention, those issues will disappear. But that's not how life works. Ignoring something doesn't make it go away. It just grows in the background. Whether it's your relationships, your health, or your goals, what you neglect will eventually crumble. Stay mindful of what's important, even when it's not directly in front of you. Whatever you give, you'll get back the same. Karma, reciprocity, call it what you will, but this is a universal truth. In a world where people expect things for free, without putting in the work, this proverb hits hard. You can't cheat the system. If you put in effort, respect, and value, that's what you'll receive in return. But if you're lazy, deceitful, or half-hearted, don't be surprised when life gives you exactly that back. It's a wake-up call for those who want success, but aren't willing to pay the price. The energy you put into the world will always find its way back to you. A little beauty is better than a lot of wealth. This teaches the value of appreciating the simple things in life. In the modern era, people chase after money, power, and status, thinking that's where happiness lies. But this proverb tells us that the small, beautiful moments, love, friendship, nature, are worth more than piles of cash. True fulfillment comes from those everyday joys, not the endless chase for material gain. Don't miss out on life's beauty because you're too busy chasing wealth. The grave you're mourning at has no dead person. This is about wasting your emotional energy on things that don't deserve it. So many of us spend time mourning losses that aren't real, getting worked up over issues that don't truly matter. We create emotional drama where there's no need. The Persian wisdom here is clear. Don't invest yourself emotionally in things that are hollow or meaningless. Focus your energy on what's real, what's worthy, and what will actually move your life forward. Don't play with the lion's tail. This one's about understanding consequences. Today, people often take unnecessary risks or push limits without considering the fallout. They mess with things beyond their control and are shocked when it blows up in their faces. But ancient wisdom reminds us that some things are better left alone. If you don't respect danger, you'll get bitten. Be smart about the risks you take. Know when to step back and avoid tempting fate, hitting two targets with one arrow. Efficiency and strategy, these are the keys to winning. In the modern world, people often scatter their energy across too many things, trying to do everything and ending up accomplishing nothing. But this proverb tells us to focus and be strategic. Plan your actions so they deliver multiple benefits at once. Don't just throw your efforts in every direction. Be smart, be intentional, and maximize your impact with every move you make. You can't carry two watermelons with one hand. This is about knowing your limits and priorities. In today's world, we're constantly told to multitask, to juggle a million things at once. But this ancient wisdom reminds us that trying to do too much leads to failure. You can't be everywhere, doing everything all the time. You have to make choices. Focus on what matters most. Carry one watermelon at a time and give it your full attention. One flower doesn't make spring. This one is about patience and the bigger picture. In today's world, people want immediate results. They get one small win and think it's enough. But real success requires consistent effort over time. One good day doesn't make a great life. One flower doesn't make a whole season. Keep going, keep planting, and eventually your garden will bloom. What the wind brings, the wind will take away. Easy come, easy go. This one reminds us that anything earned too easily won't last. In a world where people want fast success and instant gratification, this proverb is a reminder that shortcuts don't pay off in the long run. If you don't work for it, don't expect it to stay. True success is built on a solid foundation, not on fleeting gains blown in by the wind. Set this trap for another bird, for the phoenix has a lofty nest. This one speaks to the idea of thinking beyond the obvious. In today's world, people often try to bring others down with petty schemes, but those who are truly wise are out of reach. If you're aiming high, don't worry about the small traps others set for you. You're above it. Focus on building your nest in the sky, and leave the petty games to those beneath you. Threatening with death to make someone accept a fever. This one is about negotiating wisely. Sometimes we push too hard for something minor, making things worse than they need to be. In today's world, people escalate conflicts unnecessarily, blowing things out of proportion. But this proverb teaches us to be smart and measured in our approach. Don't make a minor issue into a life or death situation. Keep things in perspective. No news is good news. This one's about patience and trust. In today's world, we're addicted to constant updates, always needing reassurance. But ancient wisdom tells us that sometimes, when things are quiet, it's a sign that everything is going well. Trust the process. Don't panic just because you don't have all the answers right away. There is no smoke without fire. This reminds us that rumors usually have some truth behind them. In today's society, people often dismiss criticism or feedback as noise. But this proverb tells us to pay attention to the smoke. If people are talking, there's probably a reason. Don't ignore the signs just because you don't like what they're pointing to.